Well, one man who doesn't have a waxwork yet, but should,
one day,
is Craig Slater, and we're going to start.
Some say I look like a waxwork.
Never.
Perfection. We're going to start with that breaking news we actually brought to you in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, Red Bull have confirmed that Yuki Tsunoda will be joining the team to race alongside Max Verstappen. That's starting at next weekend's Japanese Grand Prix. Liam Lawson has been removed from the role after just 2 races, and he'll go to the Racing Bulls in Tsunoda's place. Craig, confirmation then this morning of this news, but you brought us it earlier on in the morning as well. It's been rumbling for a while, hasn't it? So not a huge surprise.
People were phoning me from the airport at Shanghai on Sunday night after the Chinese Grand Prix and saying that this was going to happen. There was a little bit more dialogue than that. Red Bull bosses had a meeting earlier in the week in Dubai, and apparently it's been a consensual decision to do this. It's absolutely brutal for poor Liam Lawson. He's only had 2 races in the team. It will be a dent to his ego, but Red Bull picked him because they thought he had the mental fortitude to race alongside Max Verstappen. He is going to have to demonstrate that mental fortitude to come back from this. There is a way back for him. He goes back to the Racing Bulls team. He'll have to regroup. And others have managed that after being dropped by Red Bull, the likes of Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon. But 2 reasons given for this brutal action. One, that it's a performance issue. They need to get better results than Lawson looked like delivering or had delivered. 2, a duty of care to Liam Lawson himself. So this has been cast as taking him out of the firing line, given how tough his start was. This is what Christian Horner has actually had to say in justifying all of this. He says it has been difficult to see Liam struggle with the RB21 at the first 2 races, and as a result, we have collectively taken the decision to make an early switch. We came into the 2025 season with 2 ambitions: to retain the World Drivers' Championship and to reclaim the World Constructors' title, and this is a purely sporting decision. He goes on to say, we acknowledge that there is a lot of work to be done with the RB21, and Yuki's experience will prove highly beneficial in helping to develop the current car. We welcome him to the team and are looking forward to seeing him behind the wheel of the RB21. And this is the interesting part, finally. Christian Horner says, we have a duty of care to protect and develop Liam, and together we see that after such a difficult start, it makes sense to act quickly so Liam can gain experience as he continues his F1 career with Visa Cash App Racing Bulls, an environment and a team he knows very well.
And Craig, of course, Tsunoda was overlooked for the role in favour of Lawson at the end of 2024. So why do they have confidence in him now? And a bit of pressure on him as well. Lots of pressure.
Yeah, there is. I just want to deal with the Lawson dropping in a line first. And that's that people explained to me that had a viewpoint on how he interacted with the team, that he had almost had an adverse reaction to this car. He didn't gel with it at all. He was, and this is the word some insiders used, frazzled. And he had completely lost confidence over these first 2 races, qualifying 20th twice at the Chinese Grand Prix in a car which sits second in the championship. So he'd almost lost his reference point with the car. In terms of Tsunoda, the rationale for not promoting him earlier was that he and Liam Lawson, who drove alongside each other for portions of the last couple of years, were close, and they thought because Lawson was the younger or less experienced driver, his trajectory would be more extreme. There is a viewpoint that Tsunoda has matured suddenly in the last sort of year or so. He was patchy in his form, he was up and down. He has a adulation following in Japan. This will be massive next week. I'm going there and I can't wait to see the kind of reception Tsunoda's going to get. But he seems to be a much more consistent and more mature performer now. Part of that is also, I think, he really has mastered English. And maybe he just came across sometimes as a little bit erratic, particularly on team radio or unsure of himself. But it's tough, that car. It's been tailored for Max Verstappen. There's good reasons for doing that. We're in the final year of a set of rules, so you don't want to throw away a car design and build another one from scratch, especially as it's still winning championships. Verstappen is a one-off driver. He drives in a very particular way. The car's tailored for him. It's hard for others to come in and try and copy his style. But that's kind of what what Yuki Tsunoda is going to have to do. Interesting to see what Max Verstappen makes of this decision.
Yeah.
Just finally, will he approve of it as pragmatic and the right thing to do, or will it be seen as another example of a team which is less sure-footed in its decision-making right now? That's going to be interesting to hear his perspective on this next week.